Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to talk to you today about cyclists and road tax. I'll give you a brief history of cycling in the UK. Can't speak for any other country. But anyway, the reason I'm doing this today is because I had a disturbing conversation with someone recently who said to me he hates cyclists because they don't pay road tax. Same old chestnut, this myth of cyclists not paying road tax. Anyway, let's get into this. The road history in the UK, cyclists, when it became popular, they campaigned to have the cobbled roads paved. So they had the concrete and cement or whatever it was they used, the tarmac at the time, to cover over all the cobbles and make the roads nice and smooth. Cars were invented. They came along. They decided they wanted to use the roads, but because they're big and heavy and chunky, they tear up the roads. So road tax was invented. This money was put to repairing the roads of the damage that the cars had done. Cars inflict quite a bit of damage on the roads compared to cyclists, which produce hardly any damage, given that the size of their wheels and their weight. In about 1909, this road tax was no longer ring fenced for the roads. It was the tax that was collected went into the general taxation that is collected by everybody. This goes into a large big pot. But the road tax fund was quite substantial. Winston Churchill, he decided that he was going to pay or rob this road tax fund, and eventually there was no more money in the pot. So Winston Churchill abolished road tax and turned this road tax into VED, Vehicle Excise Duty, which is a pollution tax. The bigger your engine, the more pollution that you make, the bigger the tax that you pay. So from 1937, no one has paid road tax. But from 1909, roads were funded from general taxation that you and I pay as a motorist, as a homeowner, as a shopper, as a human being on this planet, pays council tax, pays, buys a bar of chocolate in the local shop. You pay tax on that, and that's what goes towards funding the roads. This pollution tax that you pay just goes into the general pot of taxation and goes towards building the roads as well. But also a little tiny bit of it goes towards building motorways. So why don't cyclists use motorways? Well, it's for the cars. But you don't hear cyclists saying, "Oh, why can't you just stick to the motorways?" Do you? No, they don't. So a cyclist pays VED at the same rate as an electric car, which is zero. A cyclist pays the same VED as a horse, which is zero. So why shouldn't a cyclist pay tax? Why shouldn't they? Well, basically because they don't do much damage to the road. My car has about 4 times 6 square inches of rubber on the road. 6 square inches per tyre, I would say, roughly. But my bike has about 1 inch per tyre, and my bike and myself weigh about 110 kilos maybe, but the car weighs about 2 ton. So compared to 100 kilos, a bicycle will do virtually no damage whatsoever to the roads. Yeah, so that's basically it. We don't pay road tax because we don't do any damage to the road. And of course, if you've been an idiot in your car, maybe you've run a cyclist over, or you've run a red light in your car, you've been speeding in your car, you'll get points, and eventually you'll lose your license, and you'll be limited to cycling on the roads. And I think once that happens, and you think, well, oh, I don't have to pay road tax, that's a good thing, that your attitudes towards cyclists will change. Once you become a cyclist and you get killed every when you get killed every quarter of a mile, or attempted to be killed every quarter of a mile, your tune might change. I mean, last time I went out cycling, it was very good because we were in lockdown, and I hardly ever got run over in the 40 miles that I did, compared to a couple of years ago where I would do half a mile along the road, and within that half a mile I would have been killed about 3 times, or very close to being killed, being the lorries passing you so close that the wind from the lorry drags you closer to their lorry. There's I think it's Bernoulli's effect, something like that, Venturi effect maybe, where you get sucked in to closer to the vehicle as you go past. You'll notice that on trains. There's a train, if you're on a train and 2 trains pass, you do all the sound changes because anyway, I'm rambling on again. So that's it. Cyclists don't pay road tax because they don't have to, but cyclists do pay road tax, same as everybody else. We pay road tax from our general taxation. Most cyclists have a car anyway, sat on the driveway. So when you're out in your car, just think that cyclist that you passed 10 minutes ago could be in his car, sat in the queue of traffic ahead of you. So that was one less person that you have to overtake to get to the next traffic queue, which is what happens. You will, as a cyclist, I undertake cars in my cycle lane, get past the junction, and they overtake me, but then again I overtake them a second time. Anyway, that's I've rambled on and on. I've wasted 7 minutes of your valuable time. Yeah, so I don't know what you're having for breakfast on a nice Saturday morning. Yeah, maybe some bacon, a bit of toast, jam, marmalade, maybe even scrambled egg. Yes, oh, to be home. Anyway, right, I'll let you on. Bye then.